Hello everybody and welcome to episode 14 of the Pentagon Challenge, and today we're going to take our attention away from the league and towards the South African FA Cup as we play the champions of South Africa, the Mamelodi Sundowns, and we have a little bit of bad news and a little bit of good news to get through before the episode begins. So let's get through the bad news. And the worst outcome of trying to sign Bakar Balde is that his work permit was rejected by the South African Football Association, and I even tried to appeal, and they felt he's not a high enough caliber player to warrant being able to stay in the country, and that is a bitter blow because of how good he's been this season, with 6 assists and 3 goals, one of them being a penalty, and a 7.62 average rating. And just a real disappointment. I have to go looking for all new left midfielders since I let go of my other left midfielder, and Ricardo Skippers, I prefer playing him on the right wherever possible. But a little bit of good news as well in the transfer market is that I decided to put my money into Pentagon Matlachi instead. He'll be signing a permanent deal next season, and obviously he hasn't played too much, but I think he's a star of the future and he deserves a fair chance in the upcoming years. And then the other bad news is in our league. We were beaten for the very first time at home against Baraka FC. That was in the must not lose game after the South African or the African Cup of Nations break, and they did a very good job holding us back, and they didn't really deserve the win, but the fact that they kept a clean sheet kind of goes to show they did a very determined job with their strategy. And then it was of course the winter break here that we stopped, and now we'll look at the division table. It's just a little change, but Mamelodi United yet again return to the championship fight. We're still reasonably clear of Ga, Rangua and Baraka, etc. Amazulu are the latest team to collapse, and they're in 8th position, and no change in the relegation zone. But let's just take a look at the home record. There you are. My first 2 blemishes have taken place. Mamelodi United have a similar home record, but we've one less played. Then on the travels, we could definitely be the best team on the road as well, but look at Mamelodi United. They've played even fewer away games, so that's something to take into consideration. But now, without further ado, we have a few injuries to talk about, but let's deal with them in a minute. Here are the results of the first round games, and then the remaining fixtures. Likes of IXCT and Kaizer Chiefs are yet to play, as well as the Sundowns of course, but some big teams are through and some big teams are out, such as the Free State Stars. They're eliminated, but the Orlando Pirates are through. The Bidvest Vits are through as well, so we'll worry about them in a minute. So let's submit the team. I've organised them in advance, and now we'll see what the Sundowns are capable of. The best team in South Africa as of last season, but this year they're not quite there. But they have won a trophy already this season, and that was one of the sort of Premier League only tournaments, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll obviously want to go all the way and win this tournament. And sadly, our top scorer, Mathiba, I think he's one of the injuries. We'll check out their players for you now. Nothing much from the assistant. So Niglele, very good player. Nadula, very good player. Zwane, excellent player. And Bryce Moon, very good player. So we'll have to go really, really tough on these fellas. Whoops, pardon that mistake. So we'll go very, very tough on them. And there we go, hard and weaker foot. So we'll go to the team talk and have a look at some of our injuries. So Makke is back. He is back from injury. Bakar Balde, I've named him on the bench despite his injury. Shala and Gertze are back, but we are without Mathiba, Wana and Mayo due to injury. Or Mathiba and Wana are injured. Mayo's on international duty. Mohamed has also joined the underage South African team. So we're not too badly off, but we have to go 4-2-3-1 to stand any chance, in my opinion, because we only have 2 strikers left. And if we lose Van Gran, we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. So I'm going to tell them to stick to positions and whip the ball into the box. So let's push on. and I don't know what the crowd is. We'll check that out on the menu in a minute. I really hope it's above 500, or else this will be a wasted exercise in terms of making money. So there we go. I think I've gotten the best out of my players that I can. So here we go. Time for kick-off. Let's head to the pitch and check out the stats for this big game. So Mabara already forward, taking on all comers, but it's cleared by Adolf. Mackay breaks with Van Gran all alone in the centre, but Ndlovu pushes forward. Ndlovu inside Matiswa! It's only taken 35 seconds and he scores against his former club. And this is a glorious moment here, and really, really positive. I didn't expect that from the defensive midfielder. Great finish in the bottom corner. Matlachi clears. Lubisi pushes forward. Here's Malachi again. Oh, well taken down. Ndulula beats Skippers. Goes by. Oh, interception. Zwane saved. Down goes the man. And Skippers can clear. Relief again for Vasco da Gama. Mackay cross, Ndlovu over the top. We have to say this is encouraging. So there we go. And not too soon, I hope. Radaby back to Skippers. Radaby goes outside to Matiswa. Malachi. Adolf. Ndlovu. Van Gran. 2-0 to Vasco da Gama. What has happened here? This is completely out of the blue, considering we lost our last home game. And this is exactly what we needed, without any shadow of a doubt, to lose your first home game of the season and then put 2 past the champions of the country. That is outstanding. But can we get an unlikely third? Down goes Ndlovu. Skippers, and Van Gran hits the woodwork. Oh, what a start this is proving to be. Where are the Sundowns? They can't be this lackadaisical to the cup. We'll push forward now. I'm really encouraged by this, but let's not give away a goal either. Lubisi, Malachi, Van Gran off Ndlovu. He's going to find Malachi. Ndlovu again. Good ball to Radaby. Back to the attacking midfielder. Skippers from Van Gran was onside there, but he's tipped it wide. We've no idea what the attendance is yet. We'll ignore that. So. But I presume it's healthy, judging by the away support. Anyway, Ngale, one of their players, has a gashed leg and he's a striker. So we'll probably take off the hard tackling in a minute. Namandela interception. Ndulula, and there's Ngale. Fantastic double save by Malambo. How did he do that? Now let's go to opposition instructions right now actually. And we'll go off hard tackling and return to normal. So there we go. Malambo, the signed goalkeeper this season, has done a wonderful job there. That'll be in the highlight reel for sure. Namandela to Moon. Mackay interception. Ndlovu beats 2 defenders, but he needs support. He's got Mackay. And Skippers! 3 goals to the good now. This is one of the best first halves we've seen all season. And we've had some brilliant ones from day one, and that's an or that's a consolation goal denied by the assistant referee. And that's well, I couldn't tell who the referee's name is. We'll click on now. Mr. Zwane has confirmed the decision to disallow the goal. Moon, oh, he's hit it wide. So out of all the first halves we've seen, we got the 2-0 thrashing of Santos before. We got 8 goals past Muhimbela, but this one stands out hand over fist because of how important it is to get through in the cup, with the league title still on the line. What a save, but eventually it snuck in. Ndulula certainly didn't mind the disappointment. He's bounced back, and now we're going to have to go structured. We can't afford to lose a lead like this. And off the crossbar. Oh dear. Very bad from the guys here, getting switched off. But apart from that, we've hit 3 shots on target and we've scored 3 goals. So we need to just say, you might be winning, but you could let your concentration drop. But Ndlovu, I'm sorry that you're confused, but you're just going to have to deal with it. We're only 2 goals in front against the best team in Africa at the minute. So everything seems to be working out fine. We'll spread out even more on the wings and try and push on for this second half. Can we survive? This tournament has no replays. It goes directly to extra time and penalties, like we saw last season against the Swallows, who knocked us out fair and square. But here's Van Gran. Oh, another Skippers has intercepted the ball. Here's Nigele still on the pitch, and would you believe it, it's 3-2. This is not good, guys. Come on, don't let this slip. And Adolf goes to Van Gran. Make. Oh, back to Adolf. Backwards it goes. Matiswa. Make. Adolf. Matiswa. Malachi. Van Gran needs to get a shot on target here. Malachi. Nidlavu. And now the Van Gran has it. He's turned his defender. We've seen some brilliant goals from both teams, but that one takes the lot in my opinion. Just unbelievable strike. That's what Van Gran is capable of. But let's tighten up. Let's not give them a second chance. Zwane to Kitkana. Back to the attacker, but now Nidlavu clears. Interception by Medisha. And Make wins it. And wins again. Radaby has to track back to collect that one. Peterson. Matiswa. Malachi. Nidlavu, poor pass. Langerman. Oh, here we go. Niguele on the left flank. That's off the keeper's gloves, and that's another corner kick. But this has been a tremendous end-to-end game. But Van Gran briefly loses the ball. Now, what can we do here? 4-2 against the Premier League team. That really tells me a lot. But before we make our own changes, let's see what players they've brought on. They brought on a right mid, so we'll focus on him, same as the previous player. And then they've brought on a left back, so he could be doing all sorts of dangerous things to the likes of Adolf and Make, so we'll deal with him now. I don't have a qualified right back, so I might bring on Chaz Williams with Peterson to go there. I just don't want to risk a red card, and Malachi's really exhausted as well, so we'll bring on Nigwazi, and then we'll bring on Marumo later, see if he can grab a wonderful fifth goal. But yeah, the Thesaurus will definitely need to be whipped out. I just cannot believe how brilliant this has been, and that's one of my favourite words to use. But if you've got any better suggestions, leave them in the comments when the game ends. Nidlavu finds Skippers. Nigwazi just fresh on the pitch, and there's Matlasi Make! Goes for the finesse, but it was too close to the keeper's legs, and we go short for the corner. Nidlavu tries a sort of Rabona. If I'm not mistaken, that was a Rabona. Here's a throw in over to their Skippers. Radaby. Oh, Matissa wasn't bothered there. Nidlula. Good interception. Medisha. Nomandela. Oh, this looks threatening. Kikana. Zwane. Nadula has a hat-trick. What a game. And we have to demand more. This could go to extra time if we're not careful. And, well, I have to bring on my final substitution. And it's going to be the attacking player, Marumo. So he will play Poacher. That's fair enough. And maybe put Make on support like this. There we go. I think he prefers that role. But we need to get defending. This is an absolutely barnstorming game, and it's not over yet. To win 4-3, that will be everything my heart desires, but we have to really waste some time now and go shorter passing. Goal kick, interception, Nomandela, Kikana, Ndilula. Oh, great save! He's been on fire, that striker, Ndilula. But we have to prevent him getting 4 goals in a single evening. And it is a midweek game, bear that in mind. Go over the top. Get defending, tighten up. Here's Radaby to Chaz Williams. Matiswa. And you can hear the hisses from the Sundowns bench and the fans as well. Peterson. Nidlavu to Make. He releases Marumo, but unfortunately he was illegally behind the defensive line. Clearance, very good job. Marumo trying to catch up to Skippers, and that's the end of the highlight. Sundowns have really pushed their, our limits here. We haven't conceded that all-important fourth. Ngwazi, 20 seconds remain. Radaby pushes a little further forward, keeps it in play, just take it to the corner. Ndlavu loses the ball. Chaz Williams has cleared it, and we are through to the second round yet again. And look at the team that we've beaten. It's 4-3 against the champions of South Africa. Absolutely stunning game. Both teams were giving it their very best, and incredibly we have not lost 2 home games in a row. Quite exceptional stuff. Van Grand 2 goals and Ndulula 3 goals, but it's not enough for Sundowns to progress. We have caused the upset, and we just have a few days to recover against the African Warriors. But how about that? That has to be live com of the season, maybe even of the series thus far. What a game. And Ndulula deserves man of the match, but in a absolutely riveting game in front of just 429 people. I love it. It's only a little bit more compared to the last game, but there you go, everybody. Another home win under our belt, and the league season will continue unabated with the African Warriors in Highlands Park away. We've got 2 home games and then 2 away games in a row. I presume you'd want to see how bad Cape Town All-Stars are in the next episode, unless they have signed some good players. Let me see, transfer history. Yeah, they brought in some guys on loan. They're not very old either. So we'll go to them, see how poor they are, and try and win this league without any more issues. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye for now.